Okay, it's Saturday. We've got some bits arrived and we want to get the water pump done as well. That's the idea. Okay, yep. Thank you to Will Holmes. He also bought these trousers ages ago. I'm pointing at my trousers, not my crutch. So thank you for those. But he also then bought these for me, which is brand new. Look at that. It's quite funny. Like Rover in the bag, you know, still part numbers only. Original windscreen wiper, washer bits and bobs. So I think we'll do that first. Hopefully it gives us something to go, way, we've bolted something on. So again, yeah, thank you for Will. We can then move to the electric pump and just see what we want to do is try and wire that up first before I go. I should have done that before I even tried to plumb it in really, but things I shouldn't do in the wrong order. Anyway, all right, let's get on. I don't like to waffle, you know that. Okay, bonnet off. Carefully rest that over here. Oh, no. So yeah, this should contain everything we need. So it even comes with the new spaces that go underneath first. God, you 3D print them these days, didn't think about that. Didn't even cross my mind, but anyway. Yeah, let's get that fitted in and then we need to just look at, there's just like one mount that the actual wiping motor then sort of mounts to the bulkhead just to stop that floating around, but let's get these in first. There you go, that's one for the hub nut. Unit hub nut. Anyway, okay, there's nothing special about them. So yeah, it's missing. All I've got to do is put a little space or something just to support the wiper motor. So I was hoping just to drill a nut and bolt through, but I've just realised underneath there's a load of wiring under there, so we'll figure something out. Could do with like a little exhaust donut, little exhaust rubber really off a Mini, but we'll figure something out. Okay, I had a bit of this threaded hex bar that I used ages ago for shortening the chassis anyway. Go back in an old video if you want to see that. They're like an inch long, you get from Screwfix, so I chopped it in half, welded it to the bulkhead, bolt through the thing, the wiper motor, bracket, job's done. So yeah, okay, no rubber mount there, but who cares, it's a rally car. Let's see if we can move on to the pump. Just need a windscreen now, but that's all in hand, hopefully, next few weeks. Okay, well, we've got the pump running. Can't really see in there. It's a lot quieter than I thought. I thought it was going to be like, meh. But I guess it doesn't have to pump. It's not, you know, not putting out a fire. It's just circulating water. But obviously the speed controller, I've not got a speed controller, so maybe my pole switch. Basically what I've done is, someone told me to wire pin 1 and 2 to 12 volts, 4 pin to thing, to ground, and it runs at max speed. When I did that, it wasn't doing it, but I've just disconnected the positive on pin 1, put it back on, and then the pump started. Sometimes, I think sometimes these pulse width modulation controller type pump things, the signal needs to come on slightly after the actual main 12 volts, otherwise it doesn't turn on. But yeah, seems to be going. Again, I don't know if that's the speed it's supposed to be going at. Okay, I'm just making a joiner for the back radiator to the new water pump. I don't quite have the diameter size. I've got too small or too big, so I've taken the too big one, taken the sunks out of it, we'll grab that in a vise, weld it up, make it a little bit smaller, put some welds on the end to make like a little bead, and it'll prove a point, won't it? It's just a concept car. If you haven't got something, attempt to make it. So that's what we've done. Bit of black paint on it, because obviously that makes things work. And yeah, let that dry off, and let's see if we can plumb this pump in. Someone did suggest maybe cutting off all the doobie dabbies on the pump, make it just cylindrical, and then make some quite simple mount. So we're not going to go that just at the moment. We're just going to leave it like that, get it plumbed in, see if it actually works before doing anything, because obviously yeah, I don't quite like this vertical upwards and then down. But the key thing is to prime it, so the pump's got to be full, which I think it should be full, because one, it's at the bottom of the radiator and all your header tank there, so it should be no problem in this pump having air blockages. Famous last words. Okay, been looking for some Jubilee kits, haven't got any. So to keep this build, keep going, keep it momentum, we ordered some from Screwfix. So let's go to Screwfix and then come back again. We're back. Screwfix, and sadly they only had 40 to 60, which yeah, you've got to do with what you've got to do, haven't you? You've got to just work with it. So a bit long, but could have done with like 30 to 50 really. But anyway, let's get it connected up. Hang on, clean the lens. We're plumbed up, as I said. I'm not 100% sure whether I like the up and over of the pump, but the key thing is getting water to the middle of the pump. That's the bit that does the sucking first and it shoots it out the side. So I don't think it'll be a problem, but we'll just find out. So just top the water up. I think I'll just turn the pump on and just see if it sort of does anything and just sort of self-bleeds a little bit and see what it looks like. Well, pump's running. I heard a bit of gurgling noise, which must be good. Obviously we're not putting antifreeze in this thing because the odds of this water staying in there more than a week. Oh yeah, gurgle, gurgle. Little wet patch down there. Pump's making a bit more noise now, it's got some water in it. Or maybe that's the water making the noise actually, to be fair, not the actual water. Yeah. Ah, yes. Obviously, I'm not quite sure what happens when the thermostat's closed. Obviously, the pump just pumps water up to that bit, but there is a, you know, I don't know. We need to start. Okay, I just felt the thermostat come in. I think you can hear the engine change, and also the different pipes are getting warmer. About 60 degrees at the moment, so that yeah, the top hose is just starting to get warm now, just a little bit. Yeah, top of radiator is starting to get warm now, which is brilliant. So that's us just filling it with water, leaving the pump on. You know, we haven't got any caps open or anything like that, so we weren't getting that before. As I said, the pump, the water pump, mechanical water pump will be fine. It's just the bleeding the air out of it, because I got it bled once and it worked. It circulated all right. So this pump isn't making it all work. All it's doing is making it self bleed. So technically we'll be able to switch this pump off afterwards and it'll be fine. But I think now it's in there, we'll have it a switch on the dash. Let's wait for the fans. Start the fans, please. Well, because that pump's so good, it's not even getting up to temperature. It's getting up to 67, 68, and then it's just coming back down again. Because basically that pump's like full chat. It's just forcing the water through the system a lot quicker than the standard pump would do, and it's just not getting hot enough. You know, it's just cooling it because it's putting all through the radiator. Okay, I've switched off the electric fuel pump now. So now the temperature's rising, 84 degrees. So we get to about 96, 97, I think, when the fans kick in. That will tell us whether it's self-bled itself, which is good because of the self-bled with electric pump. And it will work and it will just cool back down again. But if it doesn't cool down, we can switch the electric pump on and see if that cools it down, which it should do, and at least we know we're going to have to keep the pump running all the time. Okay, I speak close. One of the fans isn't working for some reason, because I think that's when I run over the wires. I still haven't fixed it. I hadn't, you can see I've got a leak down there as well, but basically yeah, the mechanical pump wasn't still working, but I've switched the electric pump on now and temperature's coming back down again, so that should switch off in a second. Just trying to see where the leak's coming from. I'll wait for the fan to switch off. Ready? Ready, stay with me. Any second now. Any second. to 89 degrees and shut off. Should be 2 fans working. We'll have to debug that. But yeah, alright, electric pump, let's all move on. And yeah, on to the next jobs. Wrapping up for the day after a bit of success. Maybe tomorrow we can take it for a little drive down our secret test track. But yeah, what I'm just doing is, I noticed this box. I thought, I was going to mount it to the tailgate because that's where it was going to go, and just the wire and loom let it. It was getting quite warm while the engine was running, so it's doing more than just a relay in there. I don't know what it's doing. Something to do with the fuel pump, I think. Something to do with maybe it knocks off or whatever. Anyway, but what I've done is I've just taken all the wire and loom off, or the wrap off, and I've realised that actually we can move it way back inside the car again. The only thing that's stopping it now is it's connected to an earth. So we'll just follow the earth back a bit and then rewire it to an earth further back, and then we can mount it inside the car, and then all we got on the tailgate is just a wire and loom for the lights. Okay, wrapping up. I'm just going to finish soldering that back on. Well, I'll do that while the video's uploading, so thank you for all the support. Yes, I told you the electric water pump would fix all my problems, so that's good. If anyone's looking at those Craig Davis pumps, Davis Craigs, have a look at the BMW pumps, 40 quid. And they've got to be pretty reliable. They're BMW, aren't they? Anyway, so that's another part of the car we're on. We've got a Vauxhall power steering pump, we've got a BMW water pump now, Subaru, Metro, whatever other manufacturers we can get on here, we shall see. Should maybe put all their stickers on at some point on the wing or something like that. So anyway, yep, get that uploaded. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the patrons, everybody that supports and hits the like button and even comments. We've got steak and potato gratas for tea from Lidl, and a bit of red wine. And yeah, if you haven't got them, pizza cutters, check the description, eBay, just buy them. Still got a few left. When I die, they're going to be worth a fortune, which is mostly going to be when I drive this car. So anyway, maybe tomorrow, be nice if it rained a little bit in the morning, we'd get out, try and do a few donuts. Now it's all running nice. But maybe we'll just hoover it out tomorrow and clean it all up and get ourselves sorted. But anyway, thank you very much. Hit the like button, please. Leave a comment. Let us know what you're having for dinner. And because I love the way it just confuses new people that come to the channel. They're just like, why is everyone saying what they're having for dinner? Bomb. And they tell me. Right, I'm going to go. Thank you. Bye.